All right, good morning, everyone. It is 11:13 in the morning of September 20th, 2022, and this is my market strategy session. So, for whatever reason, Comcast decided that this morning, starting at I don't know what time, probably, I know I had internet at 7 o'clock this morning, and then it shut down, and it just only started working a few minutes ago. And so here I am doing a during the market strategy session rather than a pre-market strategy session. So it is what it is. All right. So basically, on this day back here on the 15th of September, we got a close below this support and resistance line over here that was put in on the 26th of July. Now, I started getting into a short position on this day. It broke up above this 294.37 level right here, and then started to fail below it, and that's where I started putting together some short positions. Just starters, nothing big, and that now on the Qs. And so now what I'm waiting for is confirmation. Now you would think. So there's this consolidation level here below the previous close. This is bearish. I mean, on its face, right now, it technically, I mean, you could say that, the close here on the 15th of September is resistance, and that it came up to it yesterday, closed right at it, now opened lower again. Technically speaking, that is resistance. I want a red day. I want a red candle close below this level right here, and I will start to add to my short positions. And I am looking for 280. I'm looking for a touch on the 280 here in the near future, relatively near future. I think, there's the Fed market, the FOMC's coming out this week, something like that. I actually don't even really pay much attention to all of the fundamentals in the news and stuff like that. I just trade the chart that's in front of me. So yeah, before I press my shorts, I've got all the way up until just shy of 294. I started to enter my shorts as the Qs broke down below 294 even here on the 15th of September. And so I am really looking for a red close, a red candle, just to be like, okay, the confirmation. You want to see a red candle close. You want to see a red candle for confirmation. This is looking very bear flaggish just in the recent few days here. Got this move down, the consolidation here. And the way these things, bear flags, bull flags, so on and so on, they tend to resolve themselves in the direction that they entered the flag. They tend to do so. Doesn't mean they always will, but they tend to do so. I think that another touch, if we get another touch off of 291 roughly, and then a red rejection, this rather short-term bullish configuration right here will begin to resolve to the downside. If we break down below 280 and we start getting a really swift move down, I'll start taking profits. In fact, actually, I'll start unwinding the position after it breaks down below 280. I did manage to get into some shorts, so I'm a subscriber of Hedgeye. And I did manage to get into some shorts here on the 12th for this big move down, and I took profits here. The move was considerably more than what I was expecting in just a 24-hour period of time. And so, although I wasn't in a full position, I wasn't in as many shorts as I wanted to be in, as many puts as I really wanted to be in. I still profited quite handsomely on even just this short-term movement down on the few puts that I had. So then, I started opening up puts here again here at just below 294 with a target of 280. So we'll see how it goes. Right now I'm in the money. Right now, the amount of time I bought for 4 weeks out, and so the time decay isn't working against me too harshly. So I'm just going to kind of hang with it. And once we get a red day here below this consolidation area, I will be adding to that. So then just kind of a look around here. Let's go to the VIX. So the VIX is staying elevated. I imagine that we're probably going to get another sweep up here pretty soon. It's consolidating up high, and the market is attempting to move higher on elevated VIX, which I think is just going to fail. Let's see, what next? That's kind of, the dollar. Let me go to the index rather than the up. This is sometimes I don't really like the up very much for my dollar moves. I tend to just kind of I'll use the index, and so it's I've found it just to be a better way to trade the dollar. Let's see gold. Okay, so I think that gold, until the dollar decides to weaken, and until the Fed decides to stop raising rates, gold is it's on its way down. This is definitely a big consolidation pattern. This is a double top right up here. And now it's really just kind of bleeding away. A lot of distribution happening in this area right here, and now it's breaking down. In my personal opinion, I think that the Fed is going to have to go higher on interest rates, higher than 4.5%. I think once we get to 4.5%, there will be a little bit of a lull in the Fed's activity. But I think eventually, at some point, the Fed is going to have to continue to raise rates because inflation is very persistent. If the Fed raises to 4.5% and then just kind of sits at 4.5% for, say, a quarter, and GDP is going to go down, money liquidity is going to start to dry up, and so on. So the pressure, the downward pressure on market prices is here to stay for a while. But I think they're going to get to roughly 4.5%, and then they're going to sit and wait and see if inflation will come down to meet the Fed funds rate. But if it doesn't, if there's say by the time we get to the end of the year or the beginning of 2023 and inflation rates haven't come down to meet the 4.5% target that the Fed has on overnight rates, then the Fed is going to have to keep raising rates. But it happens slowly and then all at once, and so the bear market, I think, is going to continue to be on the Qs. I think it's going to be more dramatic. On the SPY, I think that it's going to be less dramatic, of course, and so the time, just give yourself a lot of time if you're shorting here. S&P is actually looking more bearish than the Qs are right now. It's interesting. But still, the Qs have more things in it that are bearish than the SPY does. The SPY actually has things like utilities, energy, and consumer staples that the Qs don't have. And the utilities, consumer staples, and energy work well in economic downturns, or relatively well in downturns where the Qs don't possess any of those things, and it's all growth and high betas and high multiples and so on and so on. So the Qs are the spot where I'm going to most likely look for my shorts. Let's see what else is going on here. Tesla's got a pretty decent day going on here. There must have been some kind of news that came out. They did another split. Yeah, you know, Tesla's a very popular company, a very popular car brand. Elon Musk is a very popular guy. All right. Let's see. There's one other thing though. Let's see. The VIX, the SPY, the Qs, gold, and a little bit on the dollar. The dollar isn't really anything that I'm really looking at. I guess we'll take a look at energy. Let's take a look at the risk range on West Texas Intermediate. The energy is set to become this. This is looking right now. It's not looking like a bottom, but it is forecast that energy is going to start to curve back up again. I'll be looking at the bottom end of the risk range. I'll be looking for opportunities to buy energy. I'll probably use the XLE for that. Let's see if let's pull up the XLE here real quick. Yeah, I'll be using the XLE for that. The XLE is more than just oil; it's a basket of energy. So yeah, so that's pretty much the day. If we end the day, if we can end the day red today, then I'll be here in the afternoon to press my shorts. I'm going to be here for the afternoon session. I didn't get to trade the morning session this morning because I had no internet. It's obnoxious. Where I live, the infrastructure is very old, and in order to be able to get they'd have to basically dig up the entire city in order to be able to get decent internet into the city where I live, and nobody's interested in that. To get fiber into where I live would be just impossible. It's essentially impossible, so I've got to deal with spotty internet at times. All right, everybody. Good luck out there. Keep your wrists tight. Click like, share, subscribe.